This is the Randi Rhodes Show on 960 KNEW and online at 960knew.com.
Thought you could get away, huh? It's BS News for this Friday, the perfect 10th of May, 2013, and away we go! Dateline, the rearview mirror. This week, the nation was horrified at the inhumanity and cruelty of one man. Here's what he had to say at his hearing.
Roughly 20% of the young women who come in to the Department of Defense and the Air Force report that they were sexually assaulted in some way before they came into the military.
And on top of that, we had the whole mess in Cleveland. You know, Rush Limbaugh called the kidnapping case in Cleveland a welfare fraud scheme based on an episode of Hawaii Five-0 that he had just watched. Thankfully, Rush doesn't watch Glee, or this episode in Cleveland would have been a coming-of-age tale featuring the songs of Stevie Wonder. Get a life, sunshine. Dateline. Been there, done that, Ghazi. As House committee hearings on Benghazi got underway, Mike Huckabee predicted that the congressional probe into Benghazi will be Obama's Watergate. Most experts, however, say it will be more like Kevin Costner's Waterworld. Hardly anybody will watch it, and those that do won't like it. Dateline, the 1%. The House this week approved a bill that weakens the laws requiring overtime pay for hourly workers. It should be noted that if the members of this House of Representatives were paid on an hourly basis for work actually performed, they'd all be eligible for food stamps. Finally, Dateline, glass slipper houses. GOP Senator Mike Lee this week proposed that undocumented immigrants be allowed to stay and work, but only as domestic servants, including valets, butlers, grooms, and footmen. This comes as great news for any immigrants who can find a job working for Cinderella. Hi ho, it's off to happy hour we go. Closing in on 2 for 1 o'clock. It's BS News. Have a great weekend.
The amount of hatred that is spewed every day has an effect, and the obvious hatred for black and brown people. I mean, that you can't ignore. It's just there. It's racism. Everything is about race. Everything is about racism. Everything is, I mean, it is so amazing to me. And then they put in writing their real feelings about our Hispanics that are contributing to our culture, contributing to our society, contributing to our economy. And they say things like, well, you know what? You should be able to stay if you are a groomsman, if you're a butler, if you're a gardener. And then you have the Heritage Foundation putting out this report saying, well, that's all they're good for because, frankly, we found that their IQ, I mean, it's the bell curve all over again. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense. And yet it's being put out there under the guise of we're a not-for-profit think tank, right? We don't affect elections. And then you have the IRS that's actually looking into these 501c4s, not-for-profits, because they have rules. You want to claim you're tax exempt, you cannot be electioneering. And so the IRS was looking into these groups, these grassy, roots groups, to see whether or not they were, making money, saying that they were not-for-profits, and then using that money to affect elections. And then the IRS apologizes. What the F, man?